Punched on the offside. Apologies for the technical difficulties we've been having. A little chilly, a little windy, as it is always in Chicago. And down the field and dropped. Yeah, that was given for a boundary. Pretty lazy again when he gets up into the sky a little bit. The lights play into effect. A little difficult to judge, but again, that should have been taken. At the end of 15, 87 for 6. 5 overs to go. 87 for 6. Incredibles are going at a 5.80. They're really going to need to put a foot on the gas to make this a more competitive game for United. United's known to have their more heavy hitters, more class batsmen.
What psychological difference does it make, Amir? It's incredible. In terms of what Incredibles, no pun intended, have been sort of put up against. Nothing to take away from the United bowling display tonight, folks. But we certainly look to have a more competitive game, and we're still not writing it off. This still may be a very competitive game. We still got a few overs left.
Absolutely.
I don't think they're gonna do more than 120.
Yeah, we've been talking about the on-par scores.
120, 130 max.
We're gonna need at least 150 tonight.
It's not gonna happen.
And he took the mic out because he doesn't want me to talk.
I'm gonna spare a thought for the Incredibles bowling. I'll re-ask that question when we're back on.
I re-asked.
I will re-ask. Amir, spare a thought for the Incredibles bowling unit. Even if they were not able to put up an on-par score, could they pull out a wonder tonight for them to be dethroned, the winner as the finalist?
I think what's going to need to be dethroned are going to be Chicago United, which I believe won last year. As we speak, another wicket goes down. And I believe that was Cheyenne at 33 for 42. Big innings, decent innings played by him. Again, it's going to be a little difficult for Incredibles to back up the score that they've put up so far. But again, cricket is cricket. Any given day, any team can win.
Yeah, just having seen these two teams up close throughout the tournament, for you and I, we certainly look to have a more fitting finale. And again, we're not writing any teams off at the moment. And nothing to, again, one more time, to take away from a United bowling display tonight. Incredibles have certainly been put on the back foot with the constant frequency of the loss of the wickets. So for incredible batters to be able to put themselves in a defending position, they're going to have to get a go. veteran Ziad Ahmed is by my side, and I value his opinion. He says 140 has to be the minimum on par score for United to be put up against. So let's see where Incredibles end up at the moment.
Again, at the moment, we're looking at 92 for 7 at the end of the 16th over. 140, I think that's what Mr. Ahmed said.
Yeah, he did.
Highly unlikely that 140 is going to be reached. I'm looking at more of 125 target right now. The keeper is Usher Mehdi, another veteran, another legend of Chicago. It's an uphill battle for the Incredibles tonight. Cruise through the latter parts of the tournament on the back of Shahir. Again, being the leader in the Las Vegas raffle for the best batsman with the most sixes. Was unable to get it going tonight.
Lights have been taken on the full effect. It is very bright as the ball goes down under the short mid-on region for a single. There was an attempted second, but due to the well-fielded effort, it was denied. Incredibles currently at 93 for the loss of 7 wickets, going at about 5.75 run rate. And it has actually dipped based on what we discussed earlier. We were hoping that it gets picked up. Whoa! Off stump taken out of the ground. What a good display of the bowling unit. Swing and a miss, and the bowler hits, and the off stump gets taken out of the ground. Ziad is right. It was in fact the leg stump. Such is the challenge of the view from this commentary box, but it is in fact very good display from the bowler at this stage of the game, where incredible batters would have looked to get on with the show, and they completely lost at that particular delivery, and the stump was taken out of the ground. Another good ball defended back down to the bowler.
Mohib Hassan comes into bat. He can be a little bit of a more of a hitter of the ball. Again, at this rate, at this time, 16.3 with 8 wickets down. I don't know how much of a help he's going to be. That was wonderfully struck, but at the end of the day was dropped. Got long off. Again, drop and go, drop and go. The bowler's unhappy with that, but that's the name of the game. 17 overs gone, 96 for 8. Incredibles. 3 overs. Sharik, what do you expect the end total to be?
So, Incredibles have got 3 overs left, and they're currently at 96, reeling, to be honest, for the loss of 8 wickets. Um, Anything can happen in the last 3 overs, but from a traditional wisdom perspective, I wouldn't expect them to be able to score beyond 9 and over. So my prediction is they're gonna get wrapped up in 130, under 130 rather, at the end of the 20th over. And I'm not saying that it's not gonna be enough, but that is my prediction for the score that they're gonna put on the board for them to come back and defend.
Incredibles have the bowlers of Moin Babar, Muhib Hassan, Arshad Khan. You know, they have a decent lineup for bowling. But again, at the end of the day, it's all about how many runs you can put up on the board. And with the batting lineup that the United has, I think 130, even 150 is going to be low.
Yeah, absolutely. 130 isn't thought to be a defendable score in this particular format, but again, it's a game of T20 format. It's a game of the T20 cricket that we have all seen for past several years. Upsets happening, and the defending team being able to come back and take the top order in the early overs and put a stop to the run flow. So again, but once again, to be seen as to what they're up against. They've still got about 2.5 hours to go, maybe two. Yeah, two. And until we know exactly what the score is on the board, we may not be able to speculate any further. But right now, the game is sort of in United's hands to lose.
Absolutely. At the end of the 18th over, 100 for 8 for Incredibles. You know, we have Fahad Babar, USA player, playing for Incredibles. Unfortunately, he's injured for the game today. Let's get his thoughts on the match tonight.
Welcome, Fahad Bauer, in the commentary box.
Thank you so much. So far, I feel like Chicago United has are way ahead, and Incredible needs to score at least 140 to 150 to even give a good fight because they have big stars player in Chicago United, likes of Usher and Ibrahim and Yasin. So I feel like right now Incredibles need to get some big overs in order to score 140. Shayan is holding the key right now.
Fahad, I would also like to get your thoughts on the first of the Central Region turf wickets provided by the BPL and Incredibles having lost a wicket. So we'll come back to that, but I do want to take this opportunity to get Fahad's thought on this turf wicket provided by the BPL.
I feel like this is a great time for Chicago, especially Chicago cricketers, and especially thanks to BPL, they have worked hard, and it's the first league in Chicago which has proved and what they have said they have delivered. And personally, my experience of playing on turf, I played one game here, and I scored good runs too. But I feel like it's a really good wicket, and it will get better and better. And I feel like the way it's shaping up, it's thanks to me really and BPL and the Park District for giving us such a great turf wicket, and it's like a dream come true for not me but for all the Chicago cricketers. It's something that will improve the quality for the cricket in USA and will take the game forward.
Thank you, Fahad. It's always an honor to talk to you. You're a pride of the Chicagoland region when it comes to cricket, and your thoughts are always valuable. As we get back to the game, Incredibles find themselves at 100 for the loss of 9 wickets, and they have about 10 deliveries to go. So just as I was speaking to Fahad and he was thinking 140 would have been the encore score, this one actually slapped down to the third man for a 4, taking Incredibles to 104 for the loss of 9 wickets. So keeping in mind that Incredibles truly do not have anything in the bank when it comes to being able to have someone come back in, this is it. A wicket gets lost here, they go back to the pavilion for whatever score that they're at. So once again, I want to thank you. I want to thank Fahad Babar, for his thoughts for this game as well as the BPL as a whole. This game turning out to be a pretty interesting contest. United having been able to put Incredibles on the back foot from the get-go, and Incredibles are going to require some incredibly amazing effort for them to be able to come back into this game, for them to be able to chase whatever they're able to put up, which is slated to be around 110, 120, to be honest, folks.
Here we go, folks. Struck down, straight down to the ground, into the throat of the long-on region fielder. Well fielded, well caught. End of the innings from Incredibles. They are finishing at 112, which means United should be coming back, chasing 113. Mind you, Incredibles went at about 5.89 run rate, 5.85 rather, and they finished at 112 for the loss of 10 wickets. So that is the end of the first innings from this Pepsi Bash T20 finale 2017 sixth season from the BPL Stadium. We look forward to having you joining the latter part of the game in about 10 minutes as United comes back and tries to chase down 113 that they have been put up against. This has been a you for being here at the ground at this BPL stadium. Beautiful night under the lights.
Ebu, Neeraj, Sami. इनका मुझे करना था I'm gonna do yours नहीं वो खाना आ गया Ebu, Neeraj, Vignesh, take your hoodie off, take your hoodie off. No, right here. Come up here, guys. Come on up. All right, we're at the innings break right now, guys, and I've got some guys here, the creme de la creme of the BPL, standing right with me here. These guys are historical in U.S. cricket and international cricket and so forth. We're going to get back to the match, but the Incredibles did score a modest score of 112. We'll see what happens because he's got some big guns on the Chicago United side. I wish it was a little bit more competitive, but at this time, it is what it is. But I want to take a few minutes to introduce some of the talent that I have here. I've got Fahad Babar here from the USA national team. Abhijit Joshi also played for US under 19. Great player, great supporter of the BPL. Thanks for being here. And this guy really, these two rather, really don't need any introduction. I think the camera light, we don't have a good light, so you might not be able to see their faces. But no other than Mr. Neeraj Patel himself. I could talk about him all day, but how many Ranji games? 100. Over 100 Ranji games. One of the best cricketers I've seen. He can truly take a game away from anybody. And then I have no other than our pride and joy, Mr. Ibrahim Khalil. Record holder, wicketkeeper, batsman in Ranji, have the most dismissals, 14 I believe. 14 dismissals, guys, come on. Give it up for this man. And this young guy right next to me right here, one of my pride and joys here, Vignesh Sundaresan from the BPL Youth Academy. He's the captain of our CER Central East Region national team and also the BPL team. So I'll move over this way and I'll start with Fahad here. Fahad, I know you're injured, and I think the Incredibles could have really used you today, but you've been a big supporter of the BPL, big supporter of youth cricket, and you're one of the younger guys that got brought up through the pipeline in U.S. cricket tell me about your experience in U.S. cricket. Don't talk about your injury because I don't want to know about it. It's a sore point. But tell me about your experience in U.S. cricket and how you've really grown to become the cricketer that you are.
Sure. First of all, it's great experiencing playing in BPL because recently we have a turf wicket, and as you can see, the facility, grounds, and lighting, and turf wicket, and the talent we have. Especially, we have there's a really good youth academy in BPL. So the talent is here, and we are grooming it well. Especially thanks to Mirali and the Bolingbrook Park District. They always are great promoters of cricket, and they have done what a lot of people have said, but they haven't delivered. But here we go. We have a turf wicket, and it's a great honor and a dream come true for all the Chicago cricketers playing here.
All right, Fahd, what's your next endeavor for U.S. cricket? Where are you headed?
Currently, our next tour is coming up in Canada, Audi Cup. I won't be there, but Ibrahim Khalil, he's one of the top cricketers here, and he'll be there. So I want to wish him and the team good luck, and I hope they win the Audi Cup. And it's time to show that U.S. cricket is moving forward in a good direction, and wish them all the best.
Very good, very good. Our very own Fahd Babar here, guys. Our pride and joy, great guy, great cricketer. Came up through the pipeline, won us the division, the ICC Americas division, single-handedly, the MVP of ICC Americas and the best batsman. Best of luck to you, Fahd, and I hope you recover real soon.
Thank you.
All right, over here is another guy that you may not have seen through the pipeline lately, but this guy is very special and near dear my heart. I've seen him grow up as a kid, and he's done phenomenal. His dad's very dedicated. He's very disciplined. Abhi, you're such a great disciplined cricketer, and you focus so much on the game. How do you enable yourself, especially for the youngsters watching and everybody else? And I see a lot of cricketers out here play, professionals and whatnot, but the focus and dedication and the modesty, how do you bring that package together to perform that you have lately?
First of all, I'd like to thank you and the organization for giving us this opportunity. Really, I learned from my elders. I would give credit to my elders, my parents. I think anything I do, I like to stay grounded and stay deep with my roots, which are my parents and my culture and tradition. I can't say more than that. We have people like you around here and supporting us and putting us in the right path. I think that's what really guides me every day.
Are you excited about our turf wicket?
I'm so excited. Yeah.
I get a text messages from Abhi all the time, and for those of you watching, I know there's plenty of you guys watching. He's just not a great cricketer. He's a yoga instructor.
That's right.
Am I right?
That's right.
So for those of you that need some good yoga lessons, this is the man. You want to see some meditation and good discipline and focus, you need to call Abhijit Joshi. And he just doesn't do yoga. He's a phenomenal singer. I have experienced it firsthand with Abhi on a tournament somewhere. We played Antakshari that night.
That's right.
He was on my team, and we won. But Abhi, thanks for coming out, man. Thank you very much. All right, I'm going to move along the line here. For those of you that don't recognize this face, you really can't because he's got his hat on and whatnot. Neeraj Patel himself. The first time, Neeraj bhai, I've known you for many years. You've came out here and you've played. And I thought of him, he played Ranji, he played good cricket in India. We went on a tour to Florida one time, and Neeraj was playing for my club. We go out there, and I thought I was always a celebrity. But when we got out there, everybody, all the other teams are gravitating towards you. They're like, oh, Neeraj bhai, can I have a picture? Whatnot. First of all, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for blessing us with your presence. Same with Ibu bhai. You two are probably the most senior and the cream cricketers I could ever dream of that would step, their feet on BPL, cricket ground. But tell us about your experience. Talk about us a little bit. How can we improve ourselves? What are we doing good? What do we need to improve on? And just talk about us in general.
Well, firstly, thank you to you as well because of providing such a great facilities to all the cricketers over here, and I'm sure all the Chicago players must be enjoying these facilities, ground, floodlights, and now newly turf wicket. So absolutely credit goes to you and bowling group district as well. So basically, we all are enjoying. We have been playing this tournament 2020, 30-30s since last few years, and it's going perfectly well, and it's going solidly that every player wants to play now in the BPL, and that's a credit goes to all the BPL management, and it's going wonderful well, and we wish that we have more and more team coming up so we can have more competitive tournaments, and every summer we can have more better cricket.
Well, thank you very much, Neeraj Bhai. It's an honor and a privilege to have you here.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Everybody. Now, here's a guy that's really near and dear to my heart personally. I've known him for many years. You know, I've always seen him play. I watched his replays. He's a world record holder in, two-day cricket out of Ranji, for the most dismissals. And one of the most modest guys I've ever known. If you meet this guy in person, guys, I'm telling you, he doesn't come off as the superstar that he truly is. But everybody knows who you are. Congratulations on making it to the U.S. team.
Thank you.
You've become a leader in that environment. Your experience speaks volumes about you. Talk about U.S. cricket. Talk about us. How do you enjoy your cricket here? And how are you motivating some of our youth to do better and to make cricket an American sport?
Sure. About U.S. cricket, I think it's heading in the right direction. That's all I want to say for now. And about Bolingbrook, I think it's a great facility to come and play cricket over here. You have great turf wicket. I'm enjoying playing here at the Bolingbrook 30-30 league. And for youngsters, I think it's a great opportunity for Vignesh and whoever is playing for the under 13 and under 17s, for them to utilize the turf wicket and actually know how to cricket, how to play cricket on turf wicket. That's the most important thing for youngsters who are coming up, to get an idea how actual cricket is played. So I think you have done a great job, and keep up the good work, Meerbai.
My head is getting bigger and bigger, guys.
He deserves it.
But thank you, Bhubai.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
one
you.
of the best, and I truly honor your friendship and
Thank
your
you.
solidarity and everything to the BPL. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank
Best
you.
of luck today. Now here's a young lad. Now this kid, how the heck did you get this tall? This is my pride and joy, our very own Vignesh Sundaresan. This kid I've known him since he was this tall, and now he's taller than me. I keep on telling his dad Sundar that he needs to stop feeding him or do something so he doesn't get this tall. But Vignesh, you've been around since a young kid, and now you've came through the pipeline through the BPL Youth League and whatnot, and you're the captain of the BPL team. You're the captain of our regional team, and we've seen you play. He recently just played a game with Nan Abdi, the Pakistani women cricketer, and she spoke very highly of you. They stuck around for a good 10, 12 overs, and his style of batting is unparalleled to many of the kids that we have. This kid's got class. He's really grown into a true cricketer. Tell me, how has the program helped you develop into the cricketer that you are today?
Well, the BPL and the BPL organization and in general has just helped me in great lows, not just in cricket, also off the field. A lot of the stuff that you don't think about cricket, the mental preparation, the teamwork, all that, it's just helped me grow overall as a person, and it's helped me in every day. But in terms of cricket, it's just helped me in great deals, especially with all the facilities, and especially with the new turf wicket and all the floodlights. It's BPL's right up there as one of the best stadiums in all of USA. And it's thanks to the BPL organization and everyone behind that we can thank for providing such a good cricket for the youth and the future youth.
Well, thank you for all that credit, but it requires a lot of dedication. It requires a lot of skill. We can provide the facilities, the bowling machine, international coaches, and so forth, but kid really has to be dedicated to cricket in order to perform the way this kid has performed. He's topped the charts in many ways. He's captained the team like a real captain. And it's up to all the kids out there to capitalize on the facilities that we do have, I, as a kid, never had those opportunities. But tell me one thing, if you were to tell all the kids watching and the parents watching today, what would you tell them?
I would just tell them to join cricket and join the BPL youth because, as stated before, it's not just cricket that it helps. It helps like as a person overall and helps you grow into a person that you become with all the off the field and teamwork and getting used to pressure situations. So I would just tell people just to join the BPL with all the international coaches and all the facilities. It's like right up there. So.
Fantastic. Well, Vignesh, my best of luck.
Thank you.
Mirbhai will always be there to cheer you on. May you score many centuries ahead. Thank you very much. We're going to get back to the live coverage. Play smart, play the BPL, where the action never ends.
Never ends.
Beautifully taken at slip, outside edge. An early breakthrough for the Incredibles. 11 overs, or actually 11 runs, 1 wicket. And I believe it's in the first over. Usher was the bowler. You know, that was something that was absolutely needed for Incredibles to give them a little life in the field, putting up a score of 112, 113 to win. A modest total. But at the end of the day, this is cricket, and anything can happen. A big, big breakthrough for Incredibles.
Guys, batsman say lights when he's from that end, batting from that end. Light, okay?
Next batsman in facing Usher. Again, punch to point. The key for United is just to play out their overs. If they play out their overs, they're going to be able to achieve this score at a reasonably easy pace. But Incredibles are going to need to step it up and bowl their hearts out. Looks like Qasim Khan coming in to bowl the second over. Um, Definitely he's got some pace and some experience playing in all the leagues in Chicagoland area. And we have Mateen Bhai that's going to be joining me in the commentary. Mateen Bhai, what are your thoughts on the chase for United?
Oh, looks like a relatively easy chase at this point, but as you know, game of cricket, you never know what happens next. Everything could change in one over, or United just might cruise along for a very fast-paced victory. Let's see. Let's wait and watch and see what happens. Qasim is a smart bowler. A nice long run-up, smooth action. Let's see how Ashar Mehndi faces him. Here comes Qasim. White ball first up. Sorry, it's not Ashar, it's Muhammad Sami. And with him is Ibrahim Khalil.
Both of the batsmen are pretty experienced, pretty well-known batsmen in the Chicagoland area. They're gonna take it pretty easily. They're gonna take it. They're gonna rotate the strike, make sure they're taking the singles where they're able to take the singles, and hit those loose balls for the boundaries. It's all about professionalism. It's all about getting the flow of the game going. Blocked. Not taking any chances. Making sure the game is coming to them rather than taking the game to them. Again, as you can see, that was a run-out chance, but again, the fielder a little too slow to get to it. Not backing up his bowlers. Again, Qasim coming in at full speed, trying to make sure that he gets the right ball in the area. Pops it up, and that's a chance. And taken beautifully. Wonderful catch by the fielder. That's the second wicket in the second over. Incredibles are displaying an incredible amount of dedication and commitment in the field. What a wonderful catch taken. Seems to be Sami is walking back into the hut. Again, as we expected, this was going to be an easy chase for United, but Incredibles are obviously have a different mind frame, different thinking. Next batsman walking in looks to be Ashar Mehdi. An experienced batsman, played for the Pakistani A team as well as USA. Experienced wicketkeeper, explosive batsman walking in. Let's see what he's able to do. punched on the onside. Excellent running by the batsman. An easy 2 taken. It's going to be a interesting battle tonight. And Qasim again blocked. Wonderfully bowled by Qasim Khan this over, getting the key wicket of Sami. At the end of the second over, it's 14 for 2 United. The 2 early wickets have definitely given Incredibles hope and life. You can see that in their field. You can see that in their body language. Most of the team members are gathering around the 9 strikers end, discussing the strategy, trying to make sure they capitalize on this advantage that they had, the 2 early wickets, and making sure they get another wicket pretty soon. And again, we want to thank our sponsors, Pepsi and Crick Clubs, for giving us this live feed and putting together this wonderful tournament. Pepsi Bash 2017, live from BPL Stadium. All right, we're going to welcome Julian into the commentary box. He's going to take over for a little bit. Julian, what are your thoughts?
Well, it looks like Chicago United have dominated to this extent, so far. Good. The Incredibles did fight back from a precarious position. They were 5 wickets down for 30-something. Managed to fight back to get a reasonable score on the board, if not an overpowering score. At least they've got something to attempt to defend. And we all know that as the night wears on, a little bit of dew comes onto the ground, it can certainly slow the ball down from travelling. They have to elevate the ball to try reaching the boundaries, which obviously presents opportunities to take catches. So 100 runs is a defendable total.
With my experience at this ground, the dew, when it kicks in, the ball gets a little bit heavy. What do you think? The advantage goes to the bowling side or the batting side?
Well, it's a little bit of both. It depends on how well they use the ball. Yes, the ball gets heavy, which does make it obviously a little bit harder to hold for the bowler. So sometimes the fast bowlers, you might find the ball slipping out of their hands and an occasional no ball being given away, which does obviously offer free hit to the batsman. But the dew on the ground does slow the ball down. So balls that 2 hours before would be travelling to the boundary for 4 runs may only get 2. May not reach the boundary. Although we do see the grass has been beautifully mown here this afternoon. The grass is short, so the dew may not be quite as big a factor. We did start the match a little bit earlier tonight than we have for the regular round matches, just for the purposes of it being a final. We want to make sure we can finish things on time and allow room for the super over in the event we get to that point. So perhaps the slightly early start may diminish the effect of the dew factor.
Understandable. We saw, a couple of key wickets go down tonight. Some heavy hitters from the Incredibles not scoring as much, such as Shahir. Fahad Babar not in the action tonight due to his injury. Sami's already been taken out of the game. Who are some of the key players on both sides, in your opinion, that are going to be able to weigh the game on either side?
Well, probably the biggest key right now, we have Ibrahim Khalil for Chicago United. He's a U.S. batsman. He was recently with the U.S. team in Uganda and hit quite a few consistent runs of 50s and 40s and 50s, I believe, over in the U.S. team there in Uganda back, I believe that was July, I think it was, just not too long ago. So he's obviously in fairly decent form. He's batting on an artificial surface, so the bounce is consistent from that regard. So you're probably not going to find him being troubled too much by any strange bounces tonight. So it really just comes down to the quality of the bowling and trying to contain him. So he's probably the big key right now. We see a ball going straight in the end and not being called for. That's probably the biggest crime right there, is no one called for the ball. Two fielders just watching it drop between them, and that's rather embarrassing for the Incredibles. If nothing else, someone should have called it. If you call for it and you drop it, at least everyone knows what's happening. But there's nothing worse than a ball just landing between two fielders and both of them looking at each other with strange quizzical looks on their face.
Absolutely. You can see on both of the fielders went for the catch, acting like they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it at the last moment. They're gonna take their hands out of it. A pretty consistent scene that we see, throughout the teams, throughout the tournaments in Chicagoland. And again, I believe that was Usher that popped that ball up, and the catch was not taken. But at the end of the day, I think, playing, keeping a cool head and just rotating the singles and the doubles is going to get United through. And obviously, Incredibles are absolutely going to need to bowl their hearts out tonight.
You're exactly right. And, they picked up two quick wickets, two early wickets. That's certainly to their advantage. And obviously, as you said, Sammy, one of their big hitters, and they're one of their most consistent performers over the past 3 years that I've been involved with the BPL. To claim his wicket early on is a big scalp. So, if they can get in here and pick up another wicket or two early on, put Chicago United in a position where they have to consolidate, much like the Incredibles had to do for the good part of their innings, it will make for a close contest. We're
coming into ball again, and again popped up. Are they going to be able to? Is that going to be over? Oh, and dropped by the keeper. That was a little bit more of a difficult catch. The ball was definitely swirling in the air with all the wind going on in the BPL stadium currently. But definitely a good chance. Good try by the keeper. Again, but those catches need to be made.
They do. That was a rather difficult chance, so he made a pretty fair effort to get to that one. And you're right, it's quite a windy night. The ball did seem to swirl around there, so it made an awkward catch. And he did manage to get his gloves on it, though. So I guess if you manage to get your hands on the ball, then you probably should take it. And you really can't, and Incredibles really aren't in a position to afford to miss too many of those opportunities tonight, only defending a small total. And another early wicket such as that, if they took those opportunities there, Chicago United would be 4 wickets down. All of a sudden, that makes it a very interesting contest. It is a rather cool night here for a summer's night here in Chicagoland area here in Bolingbrook. We've got the fire next to us, which it seems like a couple of hobos here sitting around a garbage can. I'll just apologise if the video quality is not so good at this moment. We're just trying to correct that. Well played shot there, just more of a positive defensive shot, pushed past the first line of the fielders to pick up an easy single. Well called, early call, managed to get them through. Have Kazim coming in the bowl here again for the 5th ball of the over. He's had a bowling very tidy spell so far. Well bowled, straight to the fielder. And one more ball left in his 2nd over. Just 1 for 7. 1 wicket for just 7 runs at this moment for Kazim.
You know, Qasim knows what he's doing. Very experienced. You know, he likes to play the mind games with the batsman. A slower ball, as you can see right there, almost deceived the batsman, but again, at the end of the day, he dug it out. At the end of the over, 26 for 2, United.
So right now at a rate of 6.5 runs per over. They need another 87 runs to win, 113 being the target. So a small total. So the run rate's not a big issue at this moment. The run rate itself should be no problem for Chicago United. It's more a case of seeing out these bowlers who are in good form at the moment. Qasim Khan with just 7 runs off his first 2 overs. I'm not sure about the tactics for the Incredibles, but if I was captain, I might be inclined to keep Qasim bowling his 4 overs, because if you can contain them right now, then that makes it a little bit more difficult for the second part of the chase. Although we do see quite often when a bowler's in form that they pull him out and hold him for the end, and I sometimes question that decision making.
No, absolutely. I totally agree with you. You know, we see that happening all the time. But with the score that's been posted by Incredibles, you need to go all in. And you need to bowl your best bowlers. You want to make sure you're giving your team the best chance. For you to hold your best bowlers towards the end of the game is not doing any good to anybody. Oh, and a missed chance right there. Coming back to our point, if your bowler's being economical, keep them going. That's the way, that's the tactic I would use. You have to be attacking. You have to get wickets, because if you don't get the wickets, you're not winning the game tonight.
Absolutely right. You're only defending 112 runs. It might be different if you have 180 runs on the board, as we saw in the 2 semi-final matches. But in this case, you bowl your best bowler. There's no point holding your best bowler, best couple of bowlers towards the end. That may never happen. There's nothing worse if in a small run chase such as this, and we see the ball go down the leg side. Not sure if it was wide or if it caught a piece of the pad there. We'll see what the umpire calls. Calls a leg bye. Did clip the pad. 2 leg byes there. Well run, well fielded. But again, there's no point having your best bowlers hang around for the end of the innings, and it'd be a crime to have your best bowlers not actually bowl 1 or 2 of their overs if Chicago United managed to chase the target down in less than 20 overs. Again, we do apologise if the video quality keeps coming in and out a little bit. The windy conditions are having a little bit of effect on our cameras here. See, I believe it's Shahir at wicketkeeper here. Shahir missed out today on his with the bat. Managed to pick up a 4 and a 6 and then get out the very next ball. But with that 6 that Shahir hit today, I believe that takes him to 35 sixes on the table. Well and truly clear of any other batsman for the bat sixman title. And in fact, there's not enough runs left in the target for any other batsman to possibly pick up the 20 or 30 sixes required to overtake Shahir.
You know, Julian, it's interesting, you know, seeing Shahir be at the point that he is at right now. A couple of years ago, Shahir actually played against us in very first hardball cricket game at D Park against my team, and he did absolutely the same thing he's been doing in 2020 back then. Absolutely pummeled us with his absolute power hitting. You know, at that point, looking at him at that point and looking at him now, that's sheer talent. That's the will. His hitting is a lot more cleaner. He knows what he's doing at this point. Hands down, in my opinion, the best T20 batsman in the Chicagoland area, in my opinion.
I agree with you 100% there. He actually is. I've seen him bat quite a few occasions. I've umpired a few of the matches he's been involved in, and he picks up the ball very quickly, and he's into position very quickly, especially on these artificial surfaces. The ball, the bounce is very consistent. So if he picks up the length of the ball quickly, he knows where it's coming, and when it's in his wheelhouse, he can deposit over the boundary in no time at all. I saw his innings here a couple of weeks ago where he picked up, I believe it was 120 or thereabouts, 118, 120 runs, and he hit 15 sixes in that innings alone. Now, to qualify for the Bat Sixman title here in the Pepsi Bash, the 2017 Pepsi Bash, we did have a minimum requirement of 15 sixes to qualify for the prize, and he qualified for that in one innings. That was quite amazing. He was on pace for 200 until a rather poor lapse in judgment saw him to be run out.
I think we need to make a case for ourselves to get that the prize to go to Vegas. The amount of times we've talked about the sixes that Shahir's hit tonight in this tournament. I think Mir wanted to say a couple of words about that. So Mir, what are your thoughts about Shahir's batting?
He's, in one word, I think he's just plain destructive. I think that's the right word to describe Shahir's batting. I've seen this kid play for many, many years, and he's truly evolved into a great T20 batsman. He doesn't give any respect to the bowlers. I like to call him, a demoralizer. He just goes out there and does his thing, and that's what T20 requires.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what you have to do when you go out there and you're going to make a name for yourself. You want to put your stamp on the game. You want to make sure that the other team knows who's in charge.
Yes, he's definitely the Brendan McCullum of the local area here. But having said that, the Bolingbroke Premier League did unveil its turf pitch here about a month ago, and we've had a few rounds of cricket on the turf pitch, and I have seen Shahir bat on the turf. Now, he obviously is a great batsman, but he also has a very good technique, and you can, when you see him bat on the real turf wicket, he does rein in his destructive nature, at least initially, to make sure that he can read the pitch well and determine the bounce of the ball, how it's coming through, whether it's holding up on the surface or not, and then he can make up his mind as far as attacking the bowler. But he does have a good technique to back up his ability to pick up the ball. And we see a wicket there, caught behind, it looks like.
He's gone.
And he's out. I believe that's Ibrahim Khalil, out caught behind for 7 runs off 11 balls, it looks like. And that's Kazim Khan with a very handy wicket. He's having a great spell here, bowled 2.5 overs for 2 wickets and just 9 runs. That could be a crucial turning point.
Absolutely, that's a huge wicket for Incredibles to take. Again, Qasim Khan showing his expertise, showing his experience, and not giving in to the pressure, not giving into the low total that Incredibles have posted. Another big wicket. What are your thoughts? Who are the batsmen that are to come for United, Julian?
I think probably I would think Abhijit, Abidoshi. He's a very handy bat. He's got good technique. Can be very patient, and he may at this point be the key to success for Chicago United. So I have I'm just looking at the scorecard here. Oh yes, they picked up Yassin. Yassin's a destructive batsman, but he was picked up early on in the piece. Sami, obviously, Ibrahim, Khalil. So with Usher still out there, sort of holding down a bit of an anchor role, but he can certainly afford to be. There's not less than 6 runs and over in the T20 matches. You can absolutely have someone just sort of hang around to hold down an end. There's still plenty of wickets in hand. It's only the 6th over of the innings, 3rd wicket down. And they're a very accomplished team, is Chicago United. There was a good ball there from Kazim Khan, just outside the off stump, short of a length. The sort of length that encouraged Ibrahim Khalil to drive at the ball. Just moved away a little bit off the pitch, away towards the slips. Picked up a fairly decent edge, straight through to the keeper. And we're just asking for the crowd to move out from behind the side of the batsman. Kasim comes in the bowl, nice ball, wraps him on the pads. No run there. One ball left in the over. Very good over from Kasim Khan. 2 wickets for just 9 runs, this being the end of his 3rd over. Bit of a hitch in his run up there, coming around the wicket. And there's appeal for caught behind, not out, says umpire San Rahman. I believe there was the noise was the bat hitting the turf wicket, or hitting the artificial turf wicket. Makes a loud clanking sound, but no edge there through the keeper. That's the end of the over. We now have 6 overs done, a score of 35 runs for 3 wickets down. Looks like there's a little bit of a glitch in our scorecard where there's an extra ball thrown in there. I'm not sure what happened there. We'll try to get that corrected for you. So we have Niraj at the crease, has joined Asha Mehdi. Asha's going to be on strike to start this over. And Niraj is a very handy bat, and not a big hitter of the ball, but can certainly move the ball around, work the ball around, pick up 1s and 2s. He's a very, very good runner between the wickets. Can turn 1s into 2s. The slight hesitation of the fielder, he can pick up an extra run. So we have mowing continuing here. Oh, there's a big, strong appeal for LBW. Looks like Asher walked in front, right across the stumps, maybe drifting down the leg side. We have Moin Baba coming off a shorter run there, not his usual long run and usual pace. He does have a bit of a groin niggle that's slowing him down a little bit, but obviously good enough to bowl tonight. And he's had a very tidy spell, 2 overs, 2.1 overs now for 11 runs. And just changing the microphone there because technology is helping out. And continuing on here, just looks like Umpire's checking out the crease mark. I believe Moen's close to, just wanted to check where his front foot was in relation to the crease, because it was a no ball, obviously. I missed that no ball with our change of microphone. It was no ball. We have a free hit here. So this could be an exciting moment. A big hit might change the course of the match. Who knows? And big free hit straight up in the air. The field's going to call for it. Doesn't really matter because it was a nice catch, but that's practice. That's merely catching practice. It was a free hit. So, but that was good catching practice there for the keeper, for Shahir. And just by chasing the ball, helped minimize the any damage with the runs. Just one run picked up of that free hit. Niraj is now on straight, the left-hander. One's coming around the wicket to the left-hander. Still generating quite a bit of pace off the short run. Very tidy delivery there. Niraj just rocking back to defend. So I hope you're watching at home there. I was a little bit late to the ground myself today. I was watching the live YouTube feed as I was driving my kid back from his hockey practice. Well, not driving and watching at the same time. That would not be recommended. But I did manage to check in on the score while sitting at the red lights. We see Niraj's strength just sort of tickling away off his legs there. Pick up an easy single. He's very good about moving the ball around, changing the angle of the bat to place the ball between fielders. Very, very Chandapali type of batsman in that regard. Certainly not going to overpower you, but he will annoy you to death. And we got Shahir chasing the ball. We did have someone step up to, I believe that's Ali stepping up to cover the stumps. Looks like there was a bit of hesitation there. Quite often you'll see when the keeper chases the ball, no one goes to the keeper's end to cover the stumps and pick up the ball to throw it to nobody. In this case, it is a final, I guess. These are two accomplished teams, both of them undefeated on their way through to the final tonight. Both of them finished first in their pool. Chicago United had a run mid-match in one of the early pool matches. Both of them very their semi-final outing.
Absolutely. And again, Qasim, I believe he's bowling his last over, the fourth over. Again, 7.2 overs. I think is that right? Yeah. The scoring might be a little bit off, but into his fourth over, trying to pick up that crucial fourth wicket. A good short ball, and that was given as a wide. You know, I think that was a little harsh.
As an umpire, the ball did travel over the batsman's head. He was in a standing position, and it did clear his head fairly easily. So it wasn't a bad bouncer, but it was maybe just a little bit too short, a little bit too high, and as such was called a wide. It will be his one bouncer for the over. It's still probably going to have the same effect on the batsman as trying to keep him on the back foot, even if it does give up the run. And sometimes that's what a bowler has to do to make his opinion known out there. But Chicago United still just keeping the run rate ticking over. They're certainly not an overpowering run rate required. They're still well in command of the run rate now. Current run rate 5.61, run rate required 5.68, so they're right on target in that regard. And they don't have to be doing anything silly. But another wicket or so from the Incredibles right now certainly could change things. And that's a nice ball. A little bit edgy there from the batsman, but went wide of the slips. Easy single in the end.
Incredibles really need to get a step on the gas, start getting some wickets, because United is just cruising along, their absolute sweet time, making sure they're not losing any more wickets, but still getting those singles. Oh, and as I say that, Qasim Khan strikes again. Beautiful Yorker. Getting the 4th wicket. Taking absolute advantage of his last over. Making sure he puts his team on top. Does this change the game, Julian?
I'm not sure. The Chicago United does have a very strong batting lineup. And so they've still quite a bit of talent coming in to help chase the target down here. But yes, 4 wickets down in the 8th over does make it very interesting. We could be in for a very good finish here at the Bolingbrook Stadium. It was a lovely ball, maybe a little bit over pitch. I'm not sure if Niraj picked it up very well. Sometimes the lights can make it a little bit hard to pick up. But it was certainly on target, that's for sure. It took out, I believe it was the leg stump there. And that's 4 wickets down. Could be interesting. Another quick wicket here, and then that will change things. I believe coming in, I think I saw coming in, I can't quite see from this distance, I believe it was Hassan Bemat. I will confirm that here shortly. And I know our score says 8 overs completed, but I believe there's still 1 ball left in the 8th over. For Qasim Khan, he's had a very good spell. 3 wickets for just 12 runs. That's incredible bowling for the Incredibles. Qasim Khan just lining up. New batsman at the crease. I believe that is Hassan Bemat. Nicely bowled and well defended. And a quick single. Well run, actually. It's just a very positive defensive shot, but a little bit of positivity behind the bat. Managed to squeeze it past the field to pick up an easy run. Good calling there. Very positive calling. Yeah, scores off a little bit here again. I'm not sure what's happening with the... That should be the end of the over.
Wonderful spell for Qasim Khan. 4 overs for figures of 13 for 3. Putting Incredibles right back into the game. 45 for 4 at the end of 8 for Chicago United. Needing 68 off of 12 overs at a run rate of about 5.8. Again, the game is in United's corner. Play out your overs, you win your game. United's, not United, but Incredibles are absolutely going to need to figure out who they're going to be bowling, making sure that they get the right bowlers at the right spots. Not giving a single chance to the United team. Incredibles are really going to need to be on top of their game moving forward. Qasim is done with his overs. Who are Julian? You might know. Are there any bowlers that are going to be able to utilize the conditions that are available tonight?
Well, I believe that's the key. I'm not sure. We have Moin bowling his last over here. He's bowled a very, very tidy spell as well, just the 17 runs so far. Obviously, Qasim Khan bowled brilliantly, 3 wickets for 13 runs, and that's what you expect from a man in the final. But following these two bowlers, and that was giving out LBW there. Well, that could change the game. That's a very vital wicket now, because I was just about to say I'm not sure the quality of the bowling left. They do have some decent bowlers, but I'm not sure they have anyone of the quality of Moin or Qasim to follow up. But that wicket might change the game there. 5 wickets down for just 45 runs. This is turning into a very interesting final.
Absolutely. You know, if you were to ask me about 30 to 45 minutes ago what's going to be the outcome of this game tonight, I would have told you exactly what was going to happen. But again, making this game interesting. This is what BPL is all about. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what team's going to come out on top. Absolutely exciting. The atmosphere, as you can see on the screen, Incredibles are so excited. Their body language is all about the game. They want to win, and they're putting their 110% on the field tonight.
They're definitely doing a great job in the field here, and I agree with their tactics. Even though we're in the almost at the halfway point of the run chase here, they haven't done what we see a lot of teams doing. As soon as the power play is over, they'll spread the field and have 5 players outside the circle. Here, they're keeping the fields around the bat very close. And I think that's the right tactic. You limit the singles, and you force them to try the risky shots over the top. If they succeed, good on them. But if they fail, you can pick up the wickets. And the bowlers are feeding into that tactic very well. They're not giving away too many loose balls, bowling just short of a length. There's nothing in the wheelhouse for the batters to swing at. So it's quite a good final so far. We do have Mohib, who's been bowling fairly zippy pace this season. I've noticed looks like he's picked up an extra yard of pace, and sometimes he's can be a little bit erratic. But when he's on song, he can be a very difficult man to face. So he's still to come here for the Incredibles. He does run in, he does hit the pitch hard. If he's bowling short of a length, the ball does rise, makes it very difficult to hit. So he's probably due to be bowling here soon now that Qasim has finished.
You know, absolutely. But we have to account for the adrenaline that's going to be kicking into all these players. 5 wickets down. The back of their mind, their captain on the field is going to be telling them 5 more wickets. That's all we need. Let's get these boys. You can hear the fielders backing up their bowlers, making sure they're not giving anything up. We have Mateen Bhai here, sitting here. Mateen Bhai, what are your thoughts? Did you expect this to happen?
No, I did not expect this to happen, but once again, like I said before, it's cricket. 1 over can make or break the game. United chasing what they thought was an easy total does not look that easy anymore. At this point, it's anybody's game. There's a white ball. A harsh call for any bowler, but it is what it is.
Especially in the T20 format, there's not going to be too many loose balls being allowed to go through to the keeper. If they're anything resembling a wide, they're going to be called wide. I believe this is Khader coming in the bat. Quick single called through. They're very well run, actually. He's a good runner between the wickets. He's a very, very good competitor. He's a feisty left-hand bowler, and he's a very dogged left-hand bat. And this is certainly not going to be foreign experience to him. I hope you're enjoying the coverage of our Pepsi Bash 2017 final here on a lovely, if not a little chilly, August night. But it is clear the wind has died down. There's absolutely no threat of rain, no fog. It should come to a good finish. It's not quite snow weather, but it's certainly feeling a little bit more like football season. We'll give you a Bears update here shortly. It was actually a very well-run single there, just turned around the corner, straight to the field. The fielder fumbled momentarily, but just enough to get the batsman through. The batsman, very quick call, very positive call. They were both very fast runners, made it quite easily. That's 9 overs down. I know our coverage does say 9.2 overs. I'm not sure how we can correct that. We'll try to look into that, but 9 overs completed, 48 runs for 5 wickets down, and that's the big key there, 5 wickets down. The 48 runs is a little behind the run rate, but nothing too bad. Still only require another 65 off 11 overs, so it's only 6 runs an over required, which for T20 is nothing. But with the 5 wickets down, especially 5 key batsmen, that could be the key here. We have a Bears update here, Bears versus Cleveland. And Cleveland?
Yeah, 25-0.
25-0.
Go Bears!
In the fourth. It's ridiculous. Wasn't Mitchell Trubisky supposed to start today?
I believe it was Mitchell Trubisky starting for the Bears, but I didn't get to see any of the match because it is preseason, none of it really matters. Although 25-0 against Cleveland of all teams does sort of matter. New bowler coming in, I believe this is Cheyenne Ali, if I'm not mistaken. Wearing an oversized shirt. Pick up the breeze a little bit. Breeze does pick up. He looks like he's part of the America's Cup fleet. Shirt turns into a sail. See the light shining brightly on the distinctive tree in the background there. Adjustment to the field. You see trying the classic spinner's tactic. Put the spinner on, put the 3 leg side fieldsmen out on the boundary and hope for the catch. This does mean there's plenty of room on the leg side there for 1s and 2s. Only one fielder in short, just at about 20 yards away from the batsman on the leg side. Plenty of room there to turn the ball away for 1s and 2s. Let's see what happens here. He's a leggy, so the ball's spinning away. Nicely played, bisects the field, and very good running back for 2. So this could be a crucial over. If they pick up a 10 or 12 off this over, that might change the proceedings here. Shane comes in again. Nicely bowled, but just a little bit short. And Ashar is able just to drop back, tap it back behind Gully there for an easy single. And that's really all Chicago United has to do right now is bat out their overs, pick up the 1s and 2s. The runs will come without any fuss as long as they keep doing that. It's really wickets in hand is the big key at this moment. And Incredibles probably need to press for 1 or 2 quick wickets, and that can change the game. Might have to go for the throat here. Well bowled, but once again just turned around the corner. Wasn't a little bit high off the bat, and they're going to turn this into 2. That's very good running. And it's running like that for a small target like this can easily eat up the runs and bring the target down very quickly. Is this the Incredibles just taking their foot off the gas right now? Well bowled, well defended, but that's all right. They've been picking up ones and twos so far. 5 runs off the over to date. Just adjusting the field now. Niraj, the left-hander. We've got the fielder out deep square leg, which might be a bit of a waste for Niraj. A little bit of indecision there, but back very safely. Yeah, we see the fielder down there at deep square leg. For a batsman like Niraj, maybe just a waste. Niraj does not tend to hit that direction that hard. And that then opens up plenty of gaps in between to pick up the ones and twos, which is more of his style of batting. And as I predicted there, Niraj just turns the ball around the corner in the direction of the square leg fielder, and they've turned that into 3 runs. That is incredible running there. Very well run. A ball that in many cases would only be a single was turned into 3 runs. And that was not an expensive over, but 8 runs coming from the over when you're only defending a small total is quite crucial. That, we're at the halfway point of the chase here. We're at the halfway point of the innings. 56 runs, 57 runs required off the final 10 overs. Once again, I do apologize for our online score that indicates 2 extra balls have been bowled. I'm not sure what happened there, but it's only 10 overs done. That's the end of the over. Quick water break for the batsman. Certainly not the sort of night that's going to zap your energy. It's rather brisk, but for batting and for fielding, it's going to be rather pleasant. We have a change of bowl. I believe this is Mohib coming in the bowl, and I think this is the right decision. I'm not sure if this bringing the spinner on at that point was the right decision. Cheyenne certainly bowled a tidy over, but tidy overs at this point is not necessarily what's required to rein in Chicago United. We have Mohib coming in. That may be a wide. It is a wide. Mohib a little bit straight down the offside there, and that is one of his tendencies. He can be a good bowler, hit the pitch hard, get some good bounce, but occasionally can be a little bit erratic and give up a wide ball, and certainly don't want to give up too many extras when you're defending just a small total. Running in the bowl again, Niraj on strike, tapping the bat. That's a little bit better. A swing and a miss. A wide-ish delivery, but certainly not too wide, and certainly tempting Niraj to have a wobble. And fortunately for Niraj, completely missed. But a good ball there from Mohib, and that's more of what Incredibles are looking for at this moment. The grounds crew just starting up the equipment in the background. Oh, that was a full toss, a low full toss. Just a half tap back to the bowler, flew off the bat and got a hand to it. So that would have been a sharp chance, and actually if he had managed to pick that up, would have been a very good chance. I'm sorry, that's not Niraj batting. I mean, saying Niraj, that's actually Abdul Khader on a strike. umpire Hassan Rahman getting a little bit of exercise, changing sides. Yes, I apologize, I've been confusing Niraj with Abdul Qadir. Both left-handed batsmen, both of very similar stature, but Niraj was the last man out bowled by Qasim. Just straying down the leg side a little bit, enough for Ashir to move across and just tickle it down the leg side for an easy single. Brings Carter back on strike.
Wahib's trying to hold down the fort, trying to make sure there's minimal damage done to the scoreboard from the United batsmen. Coming in. And that's a wide ball, a little too outside. A little bit of lack of energy that I see from the United, not from the United, but from the incredible players. The wickets are not coming. A couple of overs without a wicket. Oh, and a dropped catch. That was a sitter. That was an absolute sitter. Should have taken that catch. Might have turned the game around. Another demoralizing action that was done. But again, you never know. Right after that, over point. And excellent running by the United players. At the end of 11, I believe that's going to be 61 for 5.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate circumstance there for Incredibles, but one of their own doing. That was a relatively easy chance that, especially in a final, needs to be taken. And unfortunately, it was not. Maybe the pressure got to him. But got to take those chances, especially when you're only defending a small total. Let's see a picture of the moon here over Bolingbrook. Moon over Bolingbrook. I'm not sure if that's a song. Perhaps we can turn it into one. Moon over Miami is a song. Moon over Marin. It's a Dead Kennedy song for those of you who like 80s punk. And here we have Ali coming into bowl with his little gentle off spinners. Quite a tidy little bowler. Once again, I'm not sure if tidy is what the Incredibles are looking for at this moment. But if he picks up a wicket to prove me wrong, then so be it. Let's find out. Short run up. Not a very good delivery, to be honest, but managed to beat the bat. And a dot ball is a very welcome dot ball at this moment. Some swift work behind the stumps from Shahir, but no chance of the stumping. Ali does tend to use the width of the crease to change his delivery angle, make it a little bit less predictable. That was a short ball, and it was deposited to the boundary. I think we got a 4-run signal there by umpire Ehsan, and that was not a great delivery. Got what it's deserved. Carter just turning on it, and quite a safe shot. A few more of those should put Chicago United in front. And I think we may be encountering what we predicted here, that once Incredibles had bowled out their frontline bowlers, they may not quite have the depth of bowling that Chicago United has to defend the small total on the board.
No, absolutely. You need to make sure that you're more consistent with your lineups that you play on a consistent basis. I feel that United sticks with their guys. They make sure that they're bringing in the same people every single game, or try to, at least. And from my knowledge, I don't think that this is the consistent 11 that Incredibles have. And you got to go from there.
And they did have a setback with the unavailability of US batsman Fahad Baba tonight. He's got an injury, wasn't able to play. A fairly minor injury from what I understand, but enough to keep him out of the final tonight. And apart from being a very, very good batsman that they certainly could have used to help bolster their total, he's actually a very tidy leg spin bowler as well. Can chip in with a wicket or two. So he's quite a good piece of your puzzle, and when he's missing, he's a hard piece to fill. It was a mixed metaphor, but I think you get the idea. And it looks like Incredibles are just sort of losing a little bit of momentum, taking a little bit too long with their field placings. Does take the pressure off the batsmen. If they can, especially with the spinners on, if they can whip through their overs a little bit quicker and keep the batsmen on their toes, it does work to their advantage. But they just tend to be dragging a little bit, taking a little bit too long with their field placings, maybe being a little bit too precise. We do see a lofted shot here, but no fielder in sight. So even though it didn't quite come off the middle of the bat, it was a fairly safe shot because of the field placings. That's the end of the over. I believe 8 runs off the over. We'll see when the scorecard clicks over here. Yeah, 8 runs off the over. Again, that helps bring the required run rate down. Just another 42 runs now required from 8 overs. So just over 5 runs and over to bring them home. And as long as they don't do anything stupid out there, they should probably chase down this target fairly straightforwardly now.
Absolutely. It's a pretty straightforward chase. Get your singles and your doubles, and you're going to chase down this total. Pretty relatively easy. With the Incredibles, what I'm seeing is that the field is pretty spread out. And I'm not sure what their game plan is. But they need to, tighten it down, be more aggressive, try to take your wickets. Without the wickets, you're not going to win this game. I'm not seeing any kind of leadership out there. I might be mistaken, but there's a couple of different people guiding, different fielders out there. So, take charge. Let's tighten down the field and make a game out of this.
I agree entirely. I think they're employing the wrong tactics here. They spread the field a little bit too wide. We know these batsmen, they've already been displaying for the last few overs that they've been together that they're quite content just turning the ball around, picking up 1s and 2s, and they're very good runners between the wickets. So they'll turn a 2 into a 3, a 1 into a 2, and just they can do that all day. Easy chip shot. Most cases would be a single, they're back for 2. So they're going to chase down the target easily in this manner if they're allowed to just chip into the gaps. I believe Incredibles bowling here with his pace and his height, and his ability to generate some bounce. They would be better off bringing the field in close and trying to get the wickets. They're not going to win this game without the wickets. If Chicago United are forced into some strokes and try hitting over the top, they may get a wicket that way. If they pick up a boundary, well then good luck to them. But they're not going to defend this total by allowing them to hit into the gaps. As you see there, another well-run two. Not a very adventurous shot, just a fairly straightforward clip off the toes. Most circumstances would be an easy single. But with these two between the wickets, they're able to pick up two. And that's changing the game right now. That's bringing the target down to less than 40 runs. Still with plenty of time, plenty of balls left to conquer this target. I think Incredibles had some momentum going their way and tending to let it drift away from them at this moment.
Absolutely, and the way that I think about the game of cricket is the batsmen work in tandem. Oh my God, what a beautiful delivery. You know, I think the batsman's going to regret what he just did right there. Usher Mehdi is comfortably working the ball around 24 off of 28. I think he would love to have that delivery back. But to get back to the point, there's always a tandem. You have a tandem of the batsmen, the two batsmen that are out there. Then you have the tandem of the fielder and the bowler out there. Or let's say the fielder and the captain out there. You're setting the field. The bowler needs to ensure that I'm going to bowl to the field that the captain or I'm setting to. But if you don't do that, nothing is going to happen. It's a chess game. The batsman or the tandem of the batsman or the tandem of the fielder and the bowling side.
No, I agree. I mean, you set your field and you have the bowlers bowl to the field. But the way the Incredibles, I think they got a little bit luckier. I think that's a perfect example of what I was talking about. Mohib has the ability to generate that little bit of extra sharp bounce, and that's exactly what happened there. Usher tried to glide the ball over the top. The extra bounce got him. Got a toppish edge straight to that man again, Qasim Khan, at slip. That was a very good position to have it, a fielding position to have at this moment. And there was a sharp chance. He took it. I think it clipped him on the hands a little bit hard, but he managed to hang on to it. But that's what we need, and I think we need to have Mohib running in and bowling exactly that again, but I think we need a few other fielders in closer to the bat. Let them get the singles if they manage to get it through the field, but you got more chance of picking up the catch and the wicket if you have the fielders in close. But vital wicket, six wickets down now for 75 runs, 12 and a half overs bowled. If Mohib can chime in now with another wicket fairly soon, that might change the game. He's still got another 2 overs to bowl after this. I would be bowling him out if I was the captain. I believe this might be Abhijit coming into bat. Let's verify that. My vision's getting a little bit rough in my old age, which I shouldn't admit to as an umpire. It's Abhijit Joshi coming in the bat, face his first ball. Nice delivery there from Mohib, just testing the batsman out, keeping him on watch. And that was a nice delivery, missed everything. Missed the bat, missed the stumps. And maybe not a missed opportunity. Well bowled there from Mohib. And scurries over to help. Got the fielder there. Keeps the batsman honest. Back in his crease. End of a very good over there from Mohib. Couple of runs to start. Couple of pairs. Couple of doubles, I should say, coming off the first couple of balls of the over, but then picked up the wicket. Just 4 runs off the over. 3 dot balls to finish following the wicket. That's a good over. End of 13 overs, 75 runs, 6 wickets down. We're in for a pretty good finish here. 38 runs required off 7 overs, 4 wickets in hand. Chicago United having the advantage of not having anyone in their lineup who can't wield a bat. We still have Ahmed Askari to come, who can certainly hit the ball, clear the fence. And I believe we have Syed Hasnain coming in the bowl here. Not sure if he's going to be bowling his seamers. He does tend to get the ball moving around quite a little bit. Bowling with the hat on to protect his head from the harsh light. I believe it's actually, he does wear glasses, and occasionally his glasses fall off, so it might be just to help keep his glasses on. He's coming in just off a gentle run up there. He's capable of a little bit more pace than that. I'm not sure his tactic here. Maybe it's just take the pace off the ball, allow the batsman to do all the work. And now he's decided to hand his cap to the umpire. The experiment of bowling with his hat on was just a 1-ball affair. Gave up a single. Not sure if that cap had anything to do with it, but certainly worth commenting on. Another gentle delivery there. Full toss, in fact. Abi would typically do a little bit more with that ball, but still early in his innings, just managed to hit it straight to the fielder for no run. Again, another full toss this way. Time Abi managed to get it past the fielder, and an easy 2. There's some good running between the wickets there. They're a very fit team in Chicago United. They tend to arrive at the field earlier than most teams and warm up, and collectively have less belly rolls than most teams in the Chicagoland area. Nice delivery. Swift running there, good call. Very positive running. Syed Hasnain just getting back into position. He's going to realise that he's got nothing to bowl at the moment till the umpire fixes the wickets. Just tapped around the corner, a little bit uppishly there. And a little bit of sloppy fielding there from the Incredibles. Oh, hang on though, but they went for 3, put the pressure on, and that was an incredible recovery there. I believe that was coloured out. I believe there was that Hassan throwing the ball. Yeah, it was keeper Shahir with the gloves on and all, firing the ball at the stumps. Running out Abdul Kader, who was getting his eye in. 20 runs off 19 balls. Some positive running there by Chicago United, perhaps a little bit overly ambitious on that particular occasion. Picked up 2 runs, 2 crucial runs, but gave up a wicket there as well. So 7 wickets down now. Still 6 runs coming off the over so far with 1 ball left to bowl. Makes for an interesting finish here. The marvellous Bolingbrook Stadium. Looking resplendent with the mown grass. Far and away the best stadium in the Chicagoland area, if not the whole Midwest. And that's the end of the over there. That is 14 overs complete now. 7 wickets down for 82 runs. Still 31 runs required from 6 overs. Again, just over 5 runs and over, so that's fairly easy in that regard. It's the wickets in hand that's the crucial question right now. 3 wickets remain. I believe we have Ahmed Askari at the crease. And it's a good time to tell you that this Saturday, September the 2nd, Saturday, September the 2nd, we will be having the Bolingbrook Premier League All-Star match. We'll actually be hosting 2 matches. We'll have a Division 1 match, the Champions League level here at the stadium, and the first class level All-Star match at our second round at Balstrode Park. More details to follow, but that will be this Saturday, September the 2nd. Coming down, watch, join your friends. And that is a lovely ball from Mohib, and that's what I'm talking about. He's got 2 overs left to bowl, and he can generate that bounce. That was a good ball, short of a length, and did climb on the batsman. Batsman definitely made an attempt to get some bat on the ball, but the extra bounce beat him, and a little bit of extra pace there as well. Every dot ball that goes by puts a little bit more pressure on the batsman. 29 balls left. I'm sorry, that's 34 balls left right now. That's the second ball of the over. And again, this is another dot ball. Mohib's bowled 5 consecutive dot balls, or 6 consecutive dot balls when you include the most recent wicket. That's great bowling from Mohib. And again, that's a 3rd dot ball. Fires back at the stumps. Threatens to fire back at the stumps. It's a good over so far from Mohib. Right now he's 2.5 overs into his spell. Just 10 runs at a crucial time in the match. And obviously that crucial wicket of Asher. And Askari connects on that ball. A little bit of the extra pace. That was a little bit too full there from Mohib. And that's gone for 6 runs, a maximum. Was that it? I'm sorry, that was Abhijit Joshi. Ball was over pitched. Abhi certainly got a nice stroke of his bat. Doesn't look like he's generating a lot of power, but obviously he can clear the boundary very easily there. 6 runs. That might just take the pressure off a little bit. And Mohib answers with a fairly good ball, but sort of an unusual inside edge, it looked like, from Abi. And a little bit of a frustrated throw there from Shahir at the stumps, but fortunately did manage to hit the stumps and not miss, because I don't think there was any decent backup on that throw. But just 2 runs off that ball. 1 ball left in the over. 8 runs off the over so far after the 3 dot balls, but the 6 did change that. Last ball the over from Mohib. And another lofted drive to the fielder. And it looks like it's in the boundary and limited to a double there. Didn't quite get a hold of that one, but managed to be wide of the fielder. Pick up vital 2 runs and 10 runs off that over. So that may change the complexion of the match. Now just 21 runs required off 5 overs. And I should give special mention, we had for the coin toss today to celebrate the wonderful Pepsi Bash night final here, and once again must give full appreciation to our sponsors Pepsi as well as Gatorade, because they've done a wonderful job in helping fund the Bolingbrook Premier League for the last few years. Thank you very much to Pepsi for that. They are responsible for providing the wonderful lighting that we have here, easily the best lighting in the Chicagoland area. But at the coin toss today, we did have the exact coin that was used in the ICC Champions Trophy final between Pakistan and India earlier this year, about a few months, was that in July, I think it was, 3 months ago. Obviously won by Pakistan, of course, much to the delight of most of the crowd here today. But it was the exact coin used for such a vital game, and we feel very privileged to have it here in Bolingbrook. And it will remain in Bolingbrook because it's now owned by one of the local residents. It is available for rent for special occasions, under close watch, of course. And Asher comes in the bowl, definitely a loosener there, tucked around the corner. They may run 4 here if they really want to. No, it is 4. Signal 4 by umpire Ehsan. And now that brings the target down to just 16 runs. So I think Incredibles might be wise to bring the field in and try for the wickets. They need to get 3 quick wickets. They're not going to stop the run slowing if they can't get the wickets.
You got it.
You need Ashna for the Incredibles to tighten up his line and his length. That was probably not the ball that was required at this stage. Really can't afford to be giving away boundaries there. Just setting the field. They have a couple of fielders out deep, but most fielders are now in close to the wicket to limit the singles. Usher with a I can't even say the word. Very sort of erratic run up to the crease. And I believe we're going to get a picture of the coin that was used for tonight's toss here. The American with a swift action there, bringing up the picture of the coin that was used for today's toss. And that was a wideish ball outside off stump. I think the batsman was looking to the umpire to perhaps throw the arms out, but umpire Ehsan said no, that was close enough, not a wide. Goes down as a dot ball. And uppishly hit there by Askari, I think it is on strike. Yes, Askari. No, it's Abi on strike. Got an uppish, wideish edge. And here we go. We see there's the coin brought up on screen there. You can have a look at it. That was the exact coin used in the ICC Champions Trophy that Pakistan won earlier this year. Thank you, Yomir, for that. There we go. Look at that. It's a beautiful looking, one-of-a-kind item. I can guarantee you that the coin was not tossed on the road today. You see Chicago United picking up another couple of runs. Just chipping away at the total, and that's a good shot. Just lost sight of it. I think it's bounced through to the boundary. It has 4 runs. And that is the end of the over. 3 overs remain, but I think it may be a little bit too late now for Incredibles. They've only got 7 runs to defend. 4 overs remain, I should say. Chicago United now chasing this target down fairly easily. I believe that Incredibles are left with no other attack now, but all out attack. They need to pick up 3 wickets. There's no point having anyone out deep. I believe Mohib's got 1 more over to bowl, and they'd be wise to have him tear in and just try cleaning up the stumps. Nice clear night. Picture of the moon. Looks like it's a half moon tonight. Wind has died down. It's actually a very nice night here in Bolingbroke. Beautiful picture of the stadium there. As we approach the All-Star game coming up this Saturday, September the 2nd, as well as we enter the finals phase of our cricket season for the Bolingbroke Premier League. There's plenty of seating available here at the stand, at the ground. There's a nice hill, reminiscent of the hill at the Sydney Cricket Ground. I used to go watch the cricket back in the 80s, which has now been overcome with stands. There's no hill anymore. Used to watch the rugby there as well. That was a little bit more violent. Well bowled, but well run. Tipped into the gap. I'm not sure why the Incredibles still have fielders out in the deep. Seems sort of pointless at this stage. Only 6 runs to defend now. And Chicago United have to do nothing more than just tap it at their feet and run. Charging in. And that looks like it's turned around the corner to the boundary. That may be the death knell for the Incredibles tonight. Once again, thank you to all the people watching at home on our wonderful Cricket Club's live broadcast through YouTube. This is awesome coverage. And the final phase of the match now, just winding down. Just the 2 runs required, or 3 runs required, I should say. No, 2 runs, I was right. 2 runs required. Plenty of balls in hand. In the end, Chicago United might make it look easy, but the 7 wickets down, there was touch and go there for a moment. As wide, scores are level.
Just the 1 run required. Mohib comes in the bowl. Swing and a miss, going for all the glory there. Was Askari. Askari, I believe, is last look was the most economical bowler of the tournament. And another swing and a miss. And a wide signaled by umpire Mushir. And that should be the end of the match. I believe that's the final total achieved, 113 runs. Our total on the screen says 113. They're battling on for one more ball here. I'm not sure why. Maybe just to cement it. Peeling for caught behind. And not out. Scoreboard, the ground says 112 runs, scores are tied. The official score on Crick Clubs is showing Chicago United has already won the match, but I guess there's the wide now just to finish it off. Now the match is over officially. I do apologise there for the slight incongruency with our scoring, but the match is over. Chicago United do come out deserved winners in the end. They were undefeated throughout the tournament, won all 5 of their pool matches and their semi-final, and have brought it home here tonight with a, if not a commanding performance in the final, but certainly convincing win in the end. We'll be back with the presentations here fairly shortly. Stay tuned.
Is it on now? Can you hear me now? Yes? Yes? Are we good? Yes, I hear it somewhere right here. All right, we're live again. Once again, guys, thank you very much for participating. We're here in the final of the Pepsi Bash 2017 in the BPL at the wonderful BPL Cricket Stadium. And today we played a wonderful final between the Incredibles and Chicago United. At first we thought it was going to be a one-way, decision. But I give a lot of credit to the Incredibles. They played their hearts out, and they deserve to be in this final throughout the championship. I really want to praise Hassan Dastagir Bhai and his team. This is what you call loyalty. And if there was a definition for loyalty in the dictionary, I would describe it as the Incredibles. So thank you very much. They've been with us from day one, and they're going to be with us till the end, and I do appreciate that. Other than that, I do want to do some introductions. First and foremost, I want to thank our sponsors. Thank you, Pepsi. Thank you, Indra Nui, CEO of Pepsi. These lights would not have been here without your help, so thank you very, very much. Gatorade. I do want to thank one person also. Dr. Hasnan, where are you? Liberty Medical, Dr. Hasnan. If I were to pronounce a new hero for myself in this lifetime, that would be that man, because he has helped me the most. He's the reason why we succeeded in the Liberty Cup. Come up here, Dr. Saab. Stand here with us. Thank you very much. Thank you for all your help. Thank you for everything. I do the work. He writes the checks. So, and I love that. And besides that, I have a few people to thank before I get into the award ceremony. First and foremost, the best umpires in this country. The umpires we have in the BPL, first of all, we are the only league that offers neutral umpires that are non-participants. We are the only league that offers neutral board that are non-participants. I quit playing cricket because of the BPL. I wasn't that good, but at least I abided by the laws. But I want to give it up for Mr. Mateen Namdar, who heads our umpiring committee. Raise your hand, Mateen bhai. Come on. Yeah. Mr. Mushir Laliwala. Ahsan Rahman. We also have Chirag. We also have Mike, Wasim, Mike, Shridhar Jagat bhai. If you're watching, we're missing you today. You're probably flying somewhere doing IT work, but we are missing you. I do thank our umpires because these guys are truly the backbone of our integrity. I'm getting to Julian. Relax. No, Julian wears a lot of hats. Bahut jaldi hai aapko. Yes, but the umpires, we are definitely very proud of them. They hold up the integrity of the BPL. Nobody's perfect, but guess what? At least we're neutral. So thank you very much, guys, for your loyalty to the BPL. Now, getting to my better half, my right-hand man, the guy that came into the BPL and actually charged teams to play rather than me or, comping teams and this and that, which I do appreciate the teams for. But my right-hand guy, the best thing that ever happened to the BPL besides myself, Julian Kalahor. My league manager, the umpire. He wears a lot of hats, does a lot of great work. Thank you, Julian. I truly appreciate, your dedication, and thank you for being a part of the team, and thank you for accepting for being a part of the team. Thank you. So, and now today's broadcast, I do want to thank one guy. He's behind the camera, staring at me right now, Mr. Umair Khan. He's a magician, right in front of me. You won't get to see him. Umair, your camera, move it around, maybe, give it a shot of yourself. But this guy is the magician behind our broadcast, along with Hassan Bhai for donating all his equipment. We got Studio 7 and Umair here. We don't need anybody else. ESPN, adios. As long as I have these guys, we don't care. Look at the Liberty Cup. How many thousands of views? We set the tone. And I'm glad, and I could only do it with your help and that guy's help. You guys have truly helped us reach that bar. all the volunteers today, the commentators. I want to thank my good friend Amir Wasim here. Thank you very much. Shadiq Sheikh is out with his wife celebrating Chandrat. Eid Mubarak for those that are celebrating. But he had to leave. But thank you guys. You guys helped out in the Liberty Cup and today. And all the setup today, the grass. How do you guys like the grass? Yeah? Is this the shortest grass you've seen in Chicago? Yeah? Come on, man. Yes or no? Yeah! That's how we roll. Huh? Not yet? They lost in the semifinals, so they're a little salty. But love the Cardinals. They're still hanging out today. Thank you guys, Cardinals United, for coming out today. And we do have one member from the Bolingbrook Cricket Club, a little lost back there, Salman, their fast bowler. See, that's why you need to migrate back to the BPL, man. This is where it's at. Anyways, moving the show along. The guys that have really helped me today, get all this stuff set up. O'Carey, right here, give it up for him. Andre Dwyer, he's not here. And Masato Sims, he's not here. They had to leave to eat their fried fish, but they went home. But thank you guys, man. Without your help, I could not do this. And besides that, did I forget any volunteers today? Oh, come here, Shaji. Come here, Rizwan. BPL just appointed a new board member today. We do have elections. For some of you out there that always are thinking, oh, it's a one-man show, it's just Mir, blah, blah. We did have elections previous years. Guess what? Nobody wanted to run. So for those of you thinking and telling everybody else, oh, Mir's running his own show, it's Hitler, this and that. No. Mir I am not on the board. So Talat Rashid, he couldn't be here today due to family commitments. Hamid Bhatti, he's our treasurer. And our newest secretary on the board, Rizwan Asgar, right here, Shaji. He is a new secretary for the BPL board. Very proud to have this young man on here. Most of you have seen him. He's been behind the scenes all the time when we used to actually have towers, like some other league used to do, with 30-foot towers. But now we have stadium lighting. But this guy used to help me all the time. So welcome to the board, Shaji. Yeah. Yes, sir. We win together. All right. Are you ready for the celebration? Yes? I'm not. I don't have any money to give out. Do we have prize money in this tournament? Oops, I lied. No, I'm just kidding. All right. First and foremost, let's get this party started here. In the BPL Pepsi Bash in our night tournament, we came up with a term called Bat Sixman. Bat Sixman means the person hitting the most sixes in the tournament. And I think this year's Bat Sixman has blown everybody out of the water. This guy has truly scored a lot of runs, especially in the last match. I'm not sure, 30-something balls? How many? 35 sixes total. But he scored a century and over 300 runs. And strike rate was astronomical, I'm guessing, like 200, 300, 700%. He is truly deserving of this award. He played his heart out, and he left many other matches to come play on turf cricket. Shahid Hassan, come on up here. 35? 35. All right, one of these does belong to you. I don't have my glasses on, but which one is the one with the most sixes? Most sixes. He is going to Las Vegas, guys. A trip to Las Vegas. Shahid Hassan, many congratulations on this win. And, yeah, come on, man. Yeah, I know. Shahid, give us a few words. How did you enjoy the tournament? I know you've played here before. You've been batting your butt off. But this whole transformation I've seen in you in the past, few years, what led to this and how have you enjoyed the tournament?
It's a good tournament. The lights are good. You have a touch screen.
Let me hold the mic.
The lights are good. The ground is good. The grass is cut well. You can see the ball actually in the whole Chicagoland area. There's nothing like this. There's no ground like this. So it's a good job done by BPL, and I love to play here since you can see the ball actually.
Are you going to take me to Vegas with you?
Well, you're coming. You're paying all the expenses.
Oh, wow. Congratulations, Shahir. You're the man. Thank you very, very much. Nice job. He's married? Fahad said that you're married, so he's going to have to take her spot. We'll talk about that offline. How's that? Now, the next award we came up with just this year. We never had anything for the bowlers. And the bowlers always ask, like, Mirbhai, you're out here demoralizing the bowlers. They're getting it. The bat 6 is getting, sixes, and they're going to Vegas. What about the bowlers? But in T20s, as you all know, it's very tough to define what a good quality bowler is. I could bring the best of the best out here, and they may get hit for a lot of runs. So we came up with the run eliminator. And that is the bowler with the best economy. Julian always has to correct me because I lose it sometimes. Anyways, with the best economy. Wickets, everybody gets wickets. I could get wickets. But other than that, we wanted a bowler that really bowls his heart out and that really brings down, crushes the opposition with less runs. And this year, hard to say, announce karo nahi karo. What was his average, Julian?
22.5 overs, 82 runs, 13 wickets as well, at an average of 3.59 runs per over.
For a T20, that could probably world record. This kid is really special. He's a professional, plays in India, and comes out here, and he's very modest, and he bowls his irrespective of who the opposition is. He gives it 200%. No other than Ahmed Askari. Come on up. Which one's that? Most economical bowler. Yeah. Yep, he's got most economical bowler, $500 to Ahmed Askari. Congratulations. Good job. All right, next one up. I've got a couple other awards, and I guess I'll keep him up here. But one is a Milestone Achievement Award for a guy that's truly been dedicated to the BPL, and it's outscored everybody. No other than Mohammad Sami Khan for 3,500 plus runs and 150 plus wickets. Captain of Chicago United. Sami, thank you for your dedication. He truly deserves this. This guy has played every game, bowls his hearts out, and has led the team from the front. Congratulations on that. Get back there because you're going to be back here in a minute. And now, for the runner-ups. And there's no runner-ups because these two teams are both winners in my heart. Too bad I got to cough up money to one team and the other one goes home with a trophy. But Incredibles, I have a lot of respect for you guys. A game that we had hundreds of viewers live. They all thought it was going to be a one-sided game, which the BPL is notorious for. Normally in the final, we have a one-sided final. But you guys made a match out of it. I give you young guys a lot of credit. After losing Shahir's wicket, Shayan stepped up. Fahad could not play today. Qasim stepped up. Janzeb, he's won, another check in the Liberty Cup. I mean, you guys really have a good chemistry. You play as a unit. I want to bring Hassan Dastagir up, the owner and the manager and everything in, the Incredibles. Hassan bhai, how did you enjoy it today?
I think it was a wonderful game of cricket we saw today, and considering that my all team is all local talent, and we're playing with some people who have played internationally, so I think it was a great game of cricket, and I give hands. I want to give hands to my team who played such a great game. Yep.
Well played. You had a lot of injuries. You were missing Fahad out of the lineup. Shahir got out early, but guess what? Everybody stepped up.
Yep. I mean, considering a 113 total in a T20, we actually gave a very good effort, and I'm pretty sure Chicago United knows that this was a good game. So,
well, I was thinking that by this time I'd be in home in bed, but you guys made it last, and kudos to you guys. The runner-ups of the Pepsi BPL Bash, Pepsi Bash, Incredibles. Kudos to you guys. Thank you very much. Your brother reserves. Here's the biggest fan, Hassan's wife's brother. This guy has always showed up to every game in the past 8 years. Bhaijan, ye aap trophy le. Aap mere saath picture khichaye trophy ke saath. Aap mere saath aaye. Take a picture of this guy with me. This is the best fan of the BPL I have ever seen in my entire cricketing career. Yeah, आपके लिए. Thank you very much. Are we ready? Are we ready? Yes. I'm not ready. I don't want to give away any money. All right, the champions of the BPL Pepsi Bash, first and foremost, Captain Sami Khan and the owner and president of Chicago United, Nadeem Zain. Come on up here. One on this side, one on this side. All right, I'll start with Nadeem Bhai over here. I know your heartbeat was going up and down. It was a tough game. You thought you had it sealed, but give me your thoughts on today's match.
Well, coming into the game, we are very confident that that we will bat and ball well. To begin with, we started our bowling very well, strategically bowled, and got the some of the key batsmen out. One of the best batsmen out in Chicago, Shahir. That worked out really well, and then we continued with our momentum, pick up wickets, and so on. Got them bowled out. That worked very, very well. Our batting, the score was low. Expected, we're looking at the same target in the 120 range. But soon after, we ran into a situation where, our opening batsman, we lost our two quick wickets. Great bowling, Qasim, and great bowling, Muin. I think they bowled their hearts out, bowled really well to the dots, picked up some quick wickets, about 5 wickets in about 8 overs. Awesome. And then soon after, I think they continued to bowl really, really well. But eventually, I think they ran out of bowlers, and then, but nevertheless, our batsmen did finish up pretty well, and we had very, very deep batting anyway. So, yeah. So we're kind of happy about that. No complaints.
They're not, but you are.
Right. Great efforts by my team, Chicago United. Good job, guys. Champions. First and foremost, to begin with, step back, I'd like to thank BPL, the Mir, my good buddy.
Today, because he's getting money.
He's done a tremendous job for cricket in Chicago area and across the country, supported by Julian and rest of the officials. Great job, Julian. And again, it was a great tournament, about 10 teams. Everyone played well. Again, thank you guys. Thank you all the teams for giving us some good cricket out here locally in Chicago, and good luck.
Thank you very much. Now this guy here has been topping the charts in the BPL for some time, and I would hope he would retire so somebody else will get a chance, to top the charts. So many years, MVP, Player of the Year, Best Bowler, Best Batsman, whatnot. Sami, how do you continue to perform in this manner? And I know there's a lot of youngsters watching and a lot of youngsters out here, but you've truly set the bar for an awesome cricketer that you never let your team down. So how do you do that? How do you focus? And how have you been able to perform this way?
Absolutely, it's all about community support. As I call, there is no a cricket team. This is a community. Chicago United is a community. They always supported me in rough times. So
you've had rough times? I can't tell.
Yeah, I think last 3 games I think I scored just 10 runs. So this is a rough time. So they backed me again to open the inning. So I'm very much thankful to Chicago United community as well as my family. Thank you.
All right, I know your wife is probably watching. Nazia, got a good man right here. And besides the big trophy, you also get the MVP for the Pepsi Bash. Congratulations on that. And now it is my to give away my second mortgage to see you as the champions of the Pepsi Bash. $4,000 from the BPL. Give it up for Team CU. We've got food. The lights are going to turn off in 10 minutes. Nobody goes home till they help me. Boys, let's get the food out. Let's eat. Turn on the spotlights. Pull your cars up. I'm signing off.